15 mistakes killing your real estate business. I'm going to tell you, most real estate agents aren't failing because of the market. They're making the same mistakes over and over again without realizing it. And I'm going to show you the 15 biggest mistakes I see agents making. And I'll guarantee you're making at least three of them right now. And number 15 might be the one costing you the most money. All right, guys, let's get into this, and we're going to absolutely help you on each one of what you can do. So this is going to be for sure value for you. So right off the bat, number one, you're not talking to enough people. I know you think you are. I know we're waiting for people to come to us, and we want that. But just flat out, you're not having at the minimum 10 real estate conversations every single day. Because if you were, you're going to have opportunities in pipeline and everything is going to be growing. And this is something that you got to do. And if you don't have appointments, I say move that number to 20 or 25 real estate conversations every day and watch how everything changes. You give that 90 days and I promise you, you're going to have opportunities from it. So that's number one, talk to more people. Okay. Whatever you have to do to have that. And the minimum standard, make sure you're having 10, 20, 25 conversations a day, the minimum 10, but if you don't have appointments, get that number closer to 20 or 25. Okay, number two, along with that, inconsistent prospecting. Look, you gotta block off the time. This is the key. Just do it in the mornings. Okay, just don't take any other appointments until it's after lunch. That really, really tremendously helped me when I wasn't showing homes in the morning and I put that in the afternoon, right, midday and evenings. Everything started to blow up because I'm protecting the most valuable time. And a lot of it is we're just inconsistent. So pick a time that you're going to start and then go all in for that morning section, right? For me, it could be 8 to 12, 9 to 12, that kind of range. That's what you're doing. You're prospecting. And once you suddenly start guarding that time, that will also lead to those conversations. But we never want to shut off the faucet. Keep that always flowing. All right, number three. This is one I'm guilty of. I've done this before. I bet you every single one of you, with the exception of the absolute best of the best, are guilty of this too. So raise your hand. Giving up on leads too quickly. Yeah. If a lead doesn't answer a few times, oh, they're dead. They don't want to buy right there. Forget about it. We know, at least I do, from most general leads, certainly like a Facebook, sometimes they're just early in the prospect. They're like 5.7 to 6.7 months out. So you got to do the nurturing, you got to follow up, you got to give value, right? You got to show that you care. It takes time. And what do we do? If they're not ready to go right now, next. Okay, don't give up on them too early. Set up, give real value, think of ways that you can help them, and just keep following up. Okay, you don't follow up twice and suddenly they're dead. Okay, follow up until they tell you to buy, sell, or tell you to stop, or they clearly are not a prospect. But remember the key, give value, right? Think of it the other way. It's not just asking if they're ready for business. Find out the best you can and then really try to give value, okay? Offer real things that can help them. Okay, number four. This is another one I think most people are guilty of, myself included. Trying to be everywhere. Your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, cold calls, open house farming, but you master none of them. Pick 2 to 3. Let's just start even one, but then as soon as we have that, 2 to 3 lead generation pillars that you can really focus on and dominate them. Right? When I was full-time into it, I was calling every day. Yes, I started to build up other things off of that, but predominantly, right, I was cold calling for sale by owners. I was calling expireds. I was circle prospecting, right? I would do those kind of areas. And then, yeah, I started to do a little bit more of door knocking, open houses. Okay. Those things are great, but just pick a few, but go all in. So if you're going to do YouTube, which I strongly recommend, go all in, make sure you're doing it every single week and then move it into twice a week and so on and so forth, right? If you're doing, let's say, open houses, go all in. Try to get as many open houses as you can before that weekend, right? It'd be nice if you have, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or great, 2 or 3 days, but really, really master that skill of whatever you're doing. Okay. If it's calling, that's fine. But get in there, Facebook, Instagram, just really focus and double down on the ones that you've done the best at. And then you can expand to the next one once you're really mastering and gone as far as you can in that. Okay, number 5. I'm pretty good now, but there's been times where I have not been. So it's another one. And I think this one is absolutely extremely important. Okay. Not following a daily schedule, right? I'm really good at it now, but it took me a while to put everything down. I didn't want to be locked in. I didn't want to say I had to do this at this time. Right? We got into real estate to have this illusion of a freedom of schedule. We really don't have that. If we have that, then we're probably doing non-producing activities. Right? When people tell me that, I'm thinking, if you're not locking down your day, even if you schedule, this is the crazy part. In the coaching I do, I'll even schedule the fun things that they want to do. You want to go to Disneyland that day, plan it. You want to be able to watch some things, relax, whatever, gym, anything you want to do, just plan it. But at least then we're following the schedule. Don't wake up, and decide what you want to do or what's urgent this day or not. You got to time block, you got to follow up, you got to set your appointments, content. And this goes on before the day starts. If you're already starting the day and now you're trying to get, it's too late. Do it the night before, right? And just get it done so you know what it is. Or if you're gonna do it day, make sure you're doing it before you start your day. Okay, but following that schedule is huge. And I'm even gonna say break that down into 15-minute increments and really map out. And how did you do 1 through 5 on that particular section? You really want to improve, start doing that, and you're going to see, oh, what a difference it makes than besides just following. But at the beginning, I'll meet you where you're at. Just follow it. Write it down, follow it. Okay, number 6, waiting to feel motivated. Well, motivation comes and goes. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, create minimum daily standards. That way you're completing them regardless of how you feel. You're going to have this many conversations regardless if you're feeling up to it. You're going to make, let's say, the calls or the prospecting activities in the morning, regardless of how you feel. That's just what you do. If you're waiting to feel great, that's great, but it can fade. What happens when you don't feel like doing it? So everything just shuts down? You got to build those habits and you got to be 100% focused on those minimum standards of what you need to do every single day to be successful. Do not wait for you to feel motivated or the emotions. You just got to do it. It will get easier, I promise, as you just continually do it. Okay, number 7. I remember a mentor of mine told me this once. He said, Frank, are you being a secret agent? I go, what does that mean? He goes, well, I look at your profile. I can't tell what brokerage you're with. I can barely even tell, like, you're a real estate agent. I go, really? He goes, yeah, you got to let everyone know. He was 100% right. Curtis, shout out to you. I'll send you this video and tell you to watch it. Super successful agent that's helped me tremendously. He was the one who told me that, man. I started lighting it up. I started saying, that I'm an agent of the brokerage and all that. Okay, because you got to. And if you're not putting it out there and someone else is, they're winning, you're not. Whatever you want, right? Start letting people know. Sometimes people will say, well, I want to be, I want to be humble. I don't want to like be in the face. Look, in this age where we're at right now, in this attention economy, okay, you have to let people know what you are and what you want. Okay, you can share those behind the scenes. You can show the success. You can truly care about the client's agents and share their experience with you, that successful experience. But you cannot be a secret agent. Okay? Friends, family, neighbors, former coworkers, social media followers, if they barely know you're in real estate, well, you're barely going to get exposure and opportunities from it. So you got to educate, post, call, emails, create content, stay visible, and do this daily. Right? You don't constantly ask for business, but you can earn attention by providing real value And then the other thing is caring. If you really care about helping people and you're doing a great job, let people know. Do not be a secret agent. Okay. Number 8. That's another one. It blows my mind that this happens. Not asking for an appointment. You'll go through all of the hard work. You'll have a great conversation. And then in the end, you'll say, hey, well, let me know if you need anything. What do you mean? How about would Tuesday or Wednesday at 12 or 2 work better? So we can go and sit down and go through your options. When you're talking to someone, you're having that conversation. I don't care what you extend that invitation. Okay? If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. And build yourself so every single time when you're having that great conversation, you're looking to move it forward. Ask for the appointment. Okay? That's going to be huge for you if you're not doing this. All right, number 9. I bet you there's some guilty people here. When I started coaching, and oh, please, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, jump in my coaching program, the free and paid, especially if you want accountability. Really appreciate it. I remember I would first have people have to practice their script 10 times a day. I'm like, yeah, we're going to go over it next week. Read it out loud just 10 times a day. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yep. And I'll be able to tell if you have or not because it will become smooth. You'll get used to it. When you're reading it out loud, and that's what I strongly suggest for anyone that's practicing a script, just read it every single day, 10 times a day, okay, for a week. You'll get it. You'll get it much better. But if a seller is saying, hey, we're going to think about it, and the agent freezes, well, what's the fix? Role play, practice that 15 minutes a day, and then that price objection, right? Or practicing the objections that you don't want to hear. Oh, well, tell me. It's usually for, one of 2 reasons, right? You can ask them, if you had to say, what's the number one thing that you have to think about or that you're concerned with? We've got to try to figure out ways to keep going, push through it. Even if it's a bad one, it's okay. We try, we see what we can do to improve, and then we're going to try again. It's not going to be like every single rebuttal and objection handler works. No, you're going to start to get a feel of it. But we want to have something rather than saying nothing. Okay? Even if it's a Colombo close, we say, hey, no problem. We go to the door and we turn around, hey, just one more thing. What was the real reason that you had to think about? When they think everything's lower and they're off the hook and, oh, you know what? It was really, we just wasn't sure, right, how you wanted to price it. Okay, or your marketing. Or we weren't sure if we were going to be able to, we wanted to kind of find a house before we sold it. Oh, really? Well, can I show you what just worked for other clients I have? Sure. Okay. We just have to practice it, right? But if you're not doing this, and I'm going to say on a weekly basis or even a daily basis, you're not going to improve. You're going to kind of stay the same. And that's not what we want to do. We want to get that 1% better. So you got to sharpen the saw. You got to practice this daily. Okay, number 10, chasing every client. Let me tell you something. Not every commission check is worth earning. Some clients ignore advice, have unrealistic expectation. You know what I'm talking about. Disrespect your time, right? They're canceling appointments, not showing up late, or creating unnecessary risks. Okay, so you got to have some red flag and minimum standards of who you're going to work with. And this is absolute paramount because guess what? If you're working with someone that you're having a horrible experience, right, with, they can be frustrated as well, and it's not worth it. Getting that bad review or your personal safety is not worth it. If they're disrespecting your time, you end up wasting it. So you've got to have these things in place. I have a great video on this that you can check out. But red flags and minimum standards of who you're going to work with are paramount, right? You got to have this stuff in place, or otherwise you're going to learn the hard way, right? You're going to go through this a bunch of times and see that it wastes your time or put you at risk, and it's just not worth it. Okay. Number 11, spending money before mastering free lead generation. Okay. There are so many ways to get things coming to you. If you're not sure, jump in my page, just say, Frank, help me get deals coming to you. There are tons, right? And the first thing, create YouTube content. Okay, you can get a Facebook group. Okay, start building, posting every single day, right? Other social media things. Okay, you got to be doing that. More conversations, get appointments, contracts, and master it. So technology afterwards, yes, once you have these things in place, of course we can always expand it. But you got to be doing these things, right, to get that free lead gen and be building your followings. Okay, you got to be getting that 1% bigger, better all the time. Number 12, not building a database. Okay, I see people do this. I mean, to me, it's a little bit crazy. But you close a transaction and then immediately go looking for a stranger. No, we want to be nurturing. Just start with 3 to 5. Let's start with one person you're adding into your database every single day. Then move it to 3, then move it to 5. That's your minimum standard. It should never drop below 5. If you're having that many conversations, you're going to be adding 5 into your database every day. If you're pushing, that's your standard, you're going to get chances. That's going to be now a long-term nurture. You can set them up, calls, texts, emails. Market updates are very powerful. Okay, you should be doing those at least once a week. You can do it more often. Events giving value. But that way, they don't fall through the crack. Practice operating out of that. Okay, but you got to be building that. Number 13, this is another one I believe people are a little intimidated or scared or don't want to offend. Not asking for referrals. Agents will hope that referrals magically happen. And yes, they sometimes do. I'm not saying that they don't. But if you make conversations normal, right, about referrals, hey, who do you know that you've been talking to make a move this year, right? That's planning on it. What if your neighbors know that you think that you've heard them talking about potentially moving or that want, right? Maybe to sell their house or get an evaluation. Good relationships can create multiple transactions over time. And look, if they know, like, trust you, they want to help you. They're not afraid of that question either. Especially if you think about it, if you truly show you care and do an absolute amazing job for them, who do you know that we can help? Hey, be thinking of a few people and I'll follow up next week. If they don't have anyone, say no problem. A lot of times after the conversation, people tell me, hey, I just thought of someone. So if you think of it, just reach out, but I'll follow up next week. Yeah, just see if you have, 3 to 5 people. Okay. Just even saying that, right? I'd have it when we would close, I would ask for 10. They go, are you kidding? 10, maybe I can give you 5. Okay. And then 3 was pretty easy, right? Especially after we've done a great job for them, or I've helped them, right? Or crushed it, or whatever it is. They want to try to help. And they can easily post, right? A social media post letting everyone know what a great job you did. That's something they could do. They could write that testimonial for you or film a video. There's a lot of ways that can lead to it. It's not just simply asking if they have someone, right? Referral producing activities are also important that you can go along with that, right? And that introduction can be key, okay? Number 4, consuming more content than they create. Absolutely true. Okay, if you're spending hours just watching real estate videos because we love it, right? I like to watch some. But if you're not making the content, well, let's just try to balance that out a little bit. Make content, and if you're looking to study ideas in the evening or morning before and after work, fine. But write ideas down, use that. if you're watching something like this is great because it's going to help you. This should be inspiring you or giving you value, right? I'm not talking about these kind of things, but you got to take action. We can't do all day doing this, but certainly watch the ones that are offering real value for you or that's help inspiring you or the people you like. I would like you to watch this every day, but I also know that this is valuable because these are things I'm pulling from coaching that I've done for so long that's helped people become successful. But we just can't spend all day long doing it. Okay. So create, right, before you consume. Go ahead and make that content first, then as a reward, do that. Okay. Or hopefully be inspired from it. Okay. Number 15. This is one I know most people are guilty of. Okay. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes too. Blaming the market instead of adjusting. It's rates, it's inventory, it's economy, Zillow, the broker, other agents, buyers, sellers. There's always be something. Man, it seems like every market. Oh, if the interest rate would have changed. Oh, the housing prices are so high. There's so many buyers, right? There's so many listings and nobody. There is always agents making money and becoming extremely successful. I have one that I coach, just 10 pending. Another one that's just sold multi-million dollar deals and getting listings left and right. But what do you think the difference is? Yes, can market make a difference? Absolutely. I'm not saying it doesn't. But you cannot simply blame it instead of adjusting. Are you making content every day, or what are you doing for people to come to you? Are you hustling? How? How do people know about you? What can I control today that's going to give me another opportunity, right? Get those conversations in. Watch how things change. Start posting consistently on social media. Watch how things change. Take action over just blaming. Yes, is it more challenging? I'm not saying it isn't. But at some point, other people are winning. Yes, maybe a lot of agents aren't, but let me look at their daily schedule and what they've done in the last 90 days. That's probably more of the reason than the market. Even in the most difficult markets, agents find a way, the great ones. And I promise you, if you're doing these things, you will also. Okay. I want you to win. I've coached so many people and help improve them, right? And they're the ones doing it, but you can as well. Fix these things. Even do one, put one below that you're going to work on. Even just one can make the difference over time, and it will compound. And I know you guys are going to crush it. All right. If you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you jump in if you're not in my free coaching for sure. And then just jump in the paid. It's worth it. I'll make sure that at least you're having every opportunity to become successful. All you have to do is reach out, just tell me, okay, here's what I'm doing. What should I do next? I'll tell you. All right, guys, we'll see you. Crush it. And I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you.